For me, brutalism is a design theme that is rarely explored, especially in Singapore. Brutalism to me is exploring the use of raw and organic materials like concrete. Many perceive it to be colder, like a jail, but for me, I feel that this is a space that you can make it more natural compared to the more mainstream materials like wood. Might be a little bit cold, but it's organic, it's rough, it's rustic. I think the main thing is it looks natural. Hi, I'm Keith. I'm the interior designer of this house. When we first met the client in 2023, our brief was very clear. The design theme for this house is actually a brutalist design, in fact, an extreme brutalism to make the space more unique. This is a 140 square meter maisonette. Originally, level 1 have a living room, a utility room, a dining, a closed-up kitchen, and a bathroom. For level 2, there is 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. For the design brief, we will be opening up the kitchen into an open kitchen, removing the utility room, knocking down the bathroom at level 1. And for level 2, we will convert one of the bedrooms into a study and 2 bedrooms will remain, as well as the 2 bathrooms. When you walk into the house, it sort of gives you the man cave vibe, but it's actually a family of 3. So once you enter the house, you see the dining area as well as the open kitchen right from the main door. To divide the space out equally, one of the challenges we have is to fit in the shoe cabinet. As there is a structural wall from the entrance, we decided to make the space more seamless in the way that we place the dining and the kitchen together and then the shoe rack towards the right. We want to make sure that the shoes are further away from the kitchen, and complementing the space with the theme, we have the dining table that is cast from concrete as well as the bench together with breeze block as a supporting feature. One of the major changes that we make to level 1 is to hack away the walls around the kitchen as well as the bathroom to make the space open. So the general space of the dining as well as the kitchen is together, and with knocking down of the walls, we have more lights entering through from the windows to the kitchen as well as the dining. So the general idea for us in doing the shoe rack, it was quite a challenge. I think that was one of the hardest thing that we actually came out for the house. There was a lot of initial draft, but in terms of feasibility and maintenance, we felt that corrugated sheets need a lot of maintenance, and then for concrete, the look will be a little bit too much. And you can't really control like the width or any future alteration to the space. In the end, we decided to go with stud rod as well as aluminium sheet. It's actually painstakingly screwed in individually by our contractors. We wanted to create an entry to the living room. So in order for us to achieve that, we moved the fridge towards the outside of the kitchen. We enlarged the space to create a bigger storage area under the stairs. And this allowed us to create this narrow pathway with a sliding door to the living room. So once you walk into the corridor, you can actually see embedded LED strips along the floor as well as the ceiling to create the illusion that this is a different space. As a lot of family gathering will be held at the living room, we want to make the space as cozy as possible. We kept everything to the minimal with a 3-meter long L-shaped sofa as well as a customized concrete-like TV console. For the balcony, you want to create a different space from the living room. Instead of incorporating it into the living room, we want the space to be a dedicated space for other activities. The client wife actually requested for the space for her to do her yoga or her gym activities. As they are staying at the top level, they specifically requested for a concrete ledge at the balcony so that they can actually enjoy some coffee time or do their work at the balcony. For the staircase, we kept with screeded flooring to complement the overall vibe of the house. As for the railing, we are looking at alternative to angular or rough texture, as it will be too much and too harsh if you go with the original theme. So what we did was we actually added the partition panel with curved edge over the existing railing to soften out the whole space and allow the whole railing to flow down from level 2. For the staircase landing, the owner decided to go with a red balloon light instead. He initially had planned to have this red balloon light inside the daughter's room, but he decided against it because he thought that this would actually add a sort of a pop-art effect to the whole space rather than keeping to the overall vibe of concrete. Leading up to level 2, all the bedroom doors are actually concealed and painted to the same as the wall. The only difference is the study room is glass door. So the main idea of the study room is to make it different from the other rooms at this level. So we hacked down half of the wall and we had a fixed panel of glass as well as a glass door for the space. We want to make this space unique on its own because we want the homeowner to walk into the study like walking into an office. So to spruce things up a little, we actually make small openings around the bottom half of the wall and inserted glass brick to actually keep the whole look unanimous. For the daughter's room, it was intended to be like a blank canvas, a room that is different from the overall house. The only customized fixture we have is the wardrobe. The client intends for the daughter to start having her own fixture in when she grows older. For the color of this room, we actually chose pink color. Challenge for this room is to find the right shade of pink. It took us 4 times to actually achieve this desired color. The main idea of the bathroom is to be different from the overall theme of the house. We went with the rusted steel, and for the feature, we actually selected a terracotta feature tiles, which actually complements the rusted steel look very well. Upon entering the master bedroom, you will see a unique feature wall. We created this stripped down rugged look. The corners are all handcrafted by our tiler to sculpt out these edges. As for the bed head feature, it is actually molded by foam to create the torn down, stripped down look. For the walk-in wardrobe, it actually consists of a pole system setup. For the master bathroom, we want to stick to this general theme of both bathrooms. So for this, we use oxidized steel as well as a rusted steel look. As the space is towards the darker mood, the lighting plays a huge part in this house. So how we work around this space is that we have ambience lighting at areas that we want to illuminate. We also work with spotlights around the shoe cabinet to illuminate the areas that we want to accentuate. So for study, there are 2 different kinds of lights. There are ambience light, there are also task-oriented light which focus on the study table. For the bedrooms, we have 2 different kinds of mood lighting. One is the ambience light, one is also the task lighting. But for the task lighting, we actually implement dimmable function to it so that the owner can actually choose the preference and the mood that they prefer for their bedtime. If there's one thing that I would change, that would be the balcony. The balcony is actually closed up with window. As the compressor is inside the house and at the balcony, a sealed-out balcony actually causes the balcony to be very hot. If we can actually have a roof, the AC compressor outside, it will actually make the balcony cooler and more habitable. Yeah.